Hello, it is boop 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 Alexi's turn. Alex, huh? Is there a problem? Well, no, Alex is a hard worker and I'm sure he'll make a great mentor, but he's a little strict. How strict are we talking about? I am never any more strict with another person than I am with myself. Oh, Alex, I didn't hear you come in. I trust there is a good reason why you're all sitting around discussing my personality. Valky's chosen you to be her mentor. I see, and why have you chosen me? Out of the guys here, you're the most teacher-like? Is that meant to be a compliment or an insult? Let me grab open the walkthrough. There's actually like 4 endings for each person, or 4 endings for each person, I think. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. Okay. Neither. It's just how I feel. Take care of her, will you? I will make sure that she passes her exam. That's not what I said. Well, there is no time like the present, as they say. Shall we head to the library? Alright. Good luck, sweetheart. It worried me that they were wishing me luck like that. I wondered if Alexei was really all that bad. Incidentally, I did not say so just now, but I am honored to have been chosen. I will endeavor to not disappoint you. Not like I have anyone to compare you to anyhow. I won't understand whether you're a good mentor or not. That's encouraging? Please have a seat. He gestured towards the desk and I sat down while he started rifling through the bookshelves. I hope you're not going to... Books are important for a fundamental overview of magic study. We cannot progress any further before you understand the fundamentals. Bro, I can't read. But just wait there quietly. I sighed. How was I going to tell him that I couldn't read? A few minutes later, he dropped a pile of heavy-looking books in front of me. These books are old, but very good. I do not expect you to memorize them, of course, but I can't read. I finally blurted it out. You what? I can't read. Forget books. I can't even read street signs or anything. But you said that you followed the glowing smoke signs to get here. I couldn't read them. I just followed the arrows. I see. He looked like someone just told him his dog died. If you do not mind my asking, why can you not read? Did you not pay attention in school? I didn't get to go to school. My family was poor, so I had to work when I was a kid. I picked up some things when we used to go to church, but that was years and years ago. I just cannot believe that there could be someone who cannot read in this day and age. Lots of people can't read. Sorry we don't all have the free time to sit around and do magic tricks. I started thinking that I had made a big mistake in picking this guy to be my mentor. Vivian Marie had said that he was strict, but I felt like he was cold. No sympathy. Before I could say anything else, though, I am sorry, I did not mean to blame you. Certainly it is not your fault that you had never learned. It is only that this complicates matters. Do I really have to learn magic by reading books? He stared at the ground for a long time. Reading is a necessary skill. As I am your mentor, it falls on me to also teach you to read. Can I assume that you cannot write either? I shook my head. Well, if I can't read, then I can't write. Then I shall teach you to read and write. Won't that take a long time? What about magic? For the time being, your magic lessons will have to be more practical and hands-on. Between those, I will do my best to get you up to a reasonable reading level. It sounded like a lot of trouble. My first thought was to just walk out of there, but I suppose it would be useful knowing how to read, not just so I can learn magic, but for other things. A whole new world shall open up to you, I promise. He walked back over to the shelf and picked up a different book. Shall we start? No time like the present. Alexei managed a tiny little smile before setting the book in front of me. Repeat after me. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. Oh, no, it's not. A-E-I-O-U. A Russian is teaching English? You must be very smart. So I started learning magic from Alexei. Well, that and reading. I picked up reading a lot quicker than I thought I would. I suppose it's a little easier learning when you're older. I don't think that's true. I still don't think reading's really my racket, but it's been surprisingly fun. Like how it's easier for you to learn a language when you're younger. I feel like that's the same case for reading. Like, I don't even remember learning how to read. But obviously I know how to read. I don't know. I still don't think reading's really my racket, but it's been surprisingly fun. Alexi's pretty stuffy and all, but he's fair and he owns up to his mistakes. But if we're talking about mistakes, I've made way more. Oh shit. Again, I don't know what she says. Don't know what that means. The glass explodes, but luckily doesn't hurt me or Alexi. I believe I told you to be careful when infusing the chemicals with your magic power. I was trying to be careful. Things do not explode when one is being careful. He's such a nag. I need to say I'll be more careful next time. Should I do saves? Like, I'm not saving them in the correct order, because this person told me to do Geo first, but I didn't want to do Geo first. I wanted to get Amelia out of the way. Whatever. I'll deal with it when it comes to it. I probably won't do the other endings, honestly. It just made me fucking sad for no reason. But I've gotten to know him well enough to know that there's no point in butting heads with him. Besides, he's right, I wasn't completely focused. Alright, I'm sorry, I'll be more careful next time. That is good to hear, but how exactly do you plan to do that? Huh? Do you even comprehend what exactly you did wrong? I sigh. Look, aren't you being ridiculous? I'm new to magic. You will never improve if you do not fully understand your mistakes. That is what I am attempting to impress upon you. The only thing you're impressing upon me is that you're a nag. I'm sorry I made a mess, but you... Alright, stop. I understand now. What? I understand that you have no idea whatsoever what you are doing. Magic is dangerous, and it's clear that you do not truly understand that. I am banning you from practicing magic until you've reflected properly. In the meantime, I shall have you practice more reading. It will do you much needed good. What? You can't ban me! I am your mentor. I will do what I believe to be best for your growth as a magician. If I don't get all the practice I can right now, I might fail my exam. You will only fail if you continue to show a lack of seriousness towards the magic craft. Look, the only reason I'm even having trouble focusing is because you give me so much reading and writing to do, you pill. Newfangled slang insults do not affect me, and you are only making excuses for yourself. Are you satisfied with mediocrity? I don't even know what mediocrity means. Exactly. Come now, let's clean up and leave the lab behind. That is final. As we clean up the mess, I try over and over to get him to change his mind, but he won't budge. How am I going to get better at magic if I can't practice? True that. It's been a few days, and today everyone's sitting around the speakeasy in the afternoon. True to his word, Alexi piled more reading and writing practice on me. It's annoying work made more annoying by the fact I'm being forced to do it. Still, I can't deny that my handwriting's gotten better since then. But I won't tell him that. He'll just gloat. Valky's completely taken my place as the bartender. Oh wait, I guess we can skip these. Oh god, the skip function isn't great. I've noticed these two don't always get along. I wonder why. Seems like Giovanni likes Alexi though. Oh, it does not like the skip function. If we spread rumors around town, it should help gather more attention. Perhaps we should make flyers to pass out. I'll help. No, Valky, you stay here. He suddenly drops a pile of books in front of me. Where did you... Does he have magic pockets or something? An invisible book bag? The best thing you can do right now is to study more. I've been doing nothing but studying for days. It is for your own good. I want to help promote the Blind Griffin with the rest of you. Just do what Alex says, Bearcat. You picked him as your mentor, so you gotta listen. But a strong foundation is the key to becoming skilled at magic. Big words coming from someone who won't let me do anything hands-on. What am I supposed to build my foundation on? Research and theory are important parts of magic as well. All of us magicians here have to do research and study theory. I've never seen Giovanni or Marie doing any research. Silence. Maybe I stumped him there. Dull. You should not compare yourself to them. Not everyone is fortunate enough to be born with genius. And how do you know that I'm not a genius too? I do not know. However, even geniuses can benefit from learning more about theory. Please, just trust me on this and do as I say. Is it just me, or is his voice shaking? He doesn't sound angry or anything. If anything, he sounds... Are you listening to me, Valky? Huh? Oh, yeah, yes. I let out a big sigh. Shut up, doll. Alex means well. He really knows his stuff. You can't go wrong doing what he says. What's going on? Alright. We all split up and I take the pile of books back to the research room. Maybe I can shut him up if I learn all this by heart. Trying my best to stay optimistic, I hit the books again. I'm getting sick of looking at books, but at least Alexi's not around to tell me what to do right now. Whoa, that sounds so heavy. Guess I can't blame him for being a little cold. If he came stateside at the age of 19 and he's been here 5 years, he's got to at least be in his mid-20s. Was he already here when you got here? Oh, we've already read this. You'll get a good laugh out of that. I feel like I'm getting to be pretty good friends with Vivi and Emilio. Okay. 2 days later, Alexei still hasn't lifted the ban on me practicing, but he at least lets me sit in the lab and observe. While I work on another reading assignment, that is. From time to time, I look up to see what he and Giovanni are doing, but their stuff is kind of beyond me. While I'm reading, the sound of breaking glass grabs my attention. Stop fooling around. Whoa. I think back to over a week ago when I made the glass jar explode. Alexei hadn't yelled at me then. I don't think he was even angry, just exasperated. But whenever Giovanni's involved, he gets sore so fast, or just like... yeah, angry, yeah. Looks like Giovanni just dropped a beaker. Is that really something to yell about? Sorry Alex, I slipped. You slipped? It was an honest mistake. I'll pay for another beaker. Money is not the issue here. With your skill level, you should be innovating. You should be making a real difference in the world of magic. But instead, you spend most of your time playing the saxophone and making a racket. When you are in the lab, you aren't focused. Well, he's ill. We've already learned this. Like, he has like a tattoo. Giovanni just shrugs. Some things are more important than magic, Alex. Look, I didn't ask to be born a magician. Why should it be my responsibility to innovate or whatnot? You... stop them. I get up from my seat and rush over, putting myself between them. Alright, that's enough. Alexei freezes when he sees me, then the anger drains from his face. I'm sorry. It is difficult for you to focus when I am rampaging, so isn't it? It's not that, but you're getting too worked up. Enough of this. I need some air. Wait. Before Alexei can say another word, though, Giovanni walks out of the lab. Alexei's stunned for a few seconds, but then he takes in a deep breath. I apologize for the commotion. It's all right. I suppose this is a good time for me to take a break. How far along are you coming in your assignment? Have a look. He comes over to look at my book and the notes I've been taking. I usually write down a lot of words that I don't recognize when I'm reading. It takes a long time for me to look them up in the dictionary, true. Still, doing that helps me remember. I know I complained a lot, but I've gotten a lot better at reading and writing in the last 10 days, so thanks, it was worth it. I expect him to say I told you so, but he unexpectedly smiles instead. That is good to hear. Hard work will always be rewarded. He looks over my notes for a while. It seems you have improved tremendously. Perhaps you truly are a genius. Hearing that gives me some mixed feelings, but I nod anyway. Well, looks like it's about time I lift the ban. You mean... Yes, you may practice magic again. Alright, just let me bring open my OBS again. Yes! I can't help jumping up and down a little. I'm just so excited to get back to actually using magic. What is it? He's not going to scold me for getting excited, is he? You know, I've noticed this for some time, but when you are particularly emotional, the air around you seems to shift around. What do you mean? Well, it's as if light gathers around you. Ah! He abruptly gets up and picks up a book from the shelf. He flips through it for a little while before coming back to me. I knew I had heard of this before. You are bending the light around you. I'm what? You're not aware of it. I don't even understand what you're talking about. Light is one of the elements of magic. Right, I learned that already. You are unconsciously manipulating the light around you. This seems to suggest that it is your specialty. You have a natural ability for it. Aw, light magic's my specialty? I was hoping it'd be fire or something. No doubt you only think of light as something as weak and useless, but it is quite a rare and useful element to specialize in. Rare? Yes, I have not encountered another light magic user in some time. If I recall correctly, he flips through the book's pages again until landing on a page with some diagrams. Here, can you read this? I lean over and squint down at the open pages. I think so? The pictures help. This is some detailed explanation on light magic. It would be good for you to try this out and educate yourself on light magic. Alright, but I can really practice magic now, right? Yes, read well and practice until you master it. Wow, I've never been so excited about reading a book. I sit down and get to work while Alexei supervises. Oh, it's freaking the day before Christmas. Where's the cat? Where is the cat? Oh, I think she's under the daybed. Since Alexei put me on the right track, I've really taken to light magic. It's a lot more useful than I first thought, and light can be powerful if it's concentrated. But even besides that, I figured out how to do a lot of really interesting, pretty things with the light. It's hard not having a specialty that's more common because there's not a lot of books about it, but it's fun figuring stuff out on my own. Wait, Did I really just lament a lack of books? Sheesh, Alexi's trained me well. Skip. Time to skip. Alright, and then we make our little mistake. Alexi gets up from the piano and walks over to me. Valky, you need to calm down and fix this. What do you mean, fix this? This is your doing, so you must reverse it. I don't... You have taken the light out of all the non-magicians' eyes. You must restore it or else they will stay blinded, perhaps permanently. That's why they're all going on about not being able to see. Focus, Valky. You are more than capable of reversing this mistake. Okay, skip. There now, you did just fine. Alexi and... Yeah, okay, they got... Okay, blah, blah, blah. After helping close up the bar, I'm sitting in my room. I can't believe I blinded everyone tonight. That could have ended terribly. I don't even want to think about how angry Alexi's gonna be. Just then, I hear a knock at the door. Valky, are you still awake? Speak of the devil and he will appear. Yeah, I'm still awake. Come on in. Are you reflecting on what happened? I'm mortified. I didn't mean for that to happen. I know that you did not. However, next time you should tell me if you are planning on using magic of that scale. I could have helped you. Really? I am your mentor. It is my job to support you. He's a lot calmer than I expected, but that just makes me feel worse somehow. I just wanted to help. I know. I tried too hard to use magic I wasn't familiar with. I should have practiced more first. It is perfectly alright to make mistakes, you know. That is part of learning. That's completely different from what you said before when you banned me from using magic a few weeks ago. I was only irritated then because you were not reflecting on your actions. You were being careless and had no idea why you messed up. No worse than that. You did not wish to know. I never thought of it that way before, but I suppose he has a point. I was being pretty stubborn. However, it is clear to me right now that you are reflecting seriously. You understand what you did wrong and will not make the same mistake again. Or am I wrong? No, I'm reflecting, really. Still, is there ever a point when you become a master and just perfectly control your magic? Do you still make mistakes? I do. Everyone does. It seems unlike you to make mistakes. On the contrary, I do not have the genius or raw talent that people such as Giovanni possess, so I have to rely on practice. I have to rely on the experience that comes from making 1,000 mistakes. Haha, you're being downright poetic. Am I? Yep, but thanks. I feel better after talking to you about it. I am glad, but next time let me know what you are planning. I am your mentor. I will not deny your requests or ideas without good reason. But you will deny them? Sometimes, perhaps. It depends on the situation. We both laugh. Get some sleep. It has been a long day. Yeah, yes, I think I will. Good night, Alexi. Good night, Valky. He leaves the room. My heart feeling much lighter, I change into more comfortable clothes and fall asleep. Look at that. That's so sweet. That's fucking sweet. It's Christmas. Still, even though Alexi told me it's alright to make mistakes, I don't like that I cause trouble for everyone. I decide to ask Marie to help me clean up the whole building. Yep, skippity-doo. I dust and mop the whole place from top to bottom. A couple hours later, I'm finally done cleaning, but the blind griffin's about to open. Okay. Need to do this. Alexi walks over before long. I heard from Marie that you decided to clean the building as self-imposed punishment. I shrug. I thought it made sense since I caused everyone trouble. It was very noble of you and you did good work. The place looks spotless. Thanks, Alexi. Think of this not only as a Christmas present, but a reward for your diligence. He hands me a book-shaped package. Gosh, I wonder what this is. I am sure that you will put it to good use, Valky. Okay, this is just all the same, pretty much. Usually he stands out. He's pretty tall and he's got some real glad rags on tonight, so I expect to find him immediately. Fancy clothes. These rags are happy to see you. Where is he? Just then, someone bumps into me. I'm sorry. Ah, there you are. That's what I was going to say. Were you looking for me? Yeah, I had something to talk to you about. Why is your face all red? Well, that is... He won't make eye contact with me either. Oh, is he still embarrassed about earlier? Sorry for barging in earlier. I had no idea you would all be changing in there. Alexi starts coughing loudly. In any case, there is a tradition that the first person you meet in the new year sets the tone of what the rest of your year will be like. So he tried to find me because, for your sake, I thought it'd be best if you see me right away. I hope that you shall endeavour to be more serious and disciplined this year. I should have known. While we're standing around, the countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, yay! Happy New Year. Oh, I don't know what that is. Let's have a look at how they say Happy New Year. I'm gonna go to Google Translate. Rushan. Happy New Year.
С Новым годом!
What?
С Новым годом! С Новым годом!
С Новым годом. What? What? Let me go to how to say Happy New Year in Russian. Let's go to a YouTube video. This might be loud.
So to say Happy New Year, say С Новым годом. Literally we are saying with New Year. So slower, it sounds like С Новым
С Новым годом.
and a little faster. С Новым годом.
Новым
Now
годом.
very often Russians tend to say Happy New Year.
Okay. Новым годом. That's very bad. That is so I've already forgotten. No с Новым годом. Something like that. Valky. That is how we Russians say Happy New Year. Oh, that she says it. S Novым годом to you too. What a valiant attempt. Yes, that's me. He stares at me for a while, obviously trying to keep a straight face, but then bursts out laughing. Don't laugh, I tried my best. I know you did, but ha. A few minutes later, everyone starts dancing around us. Alexei finally stops laughing. May I have this dance? Oh, I thought you might not, but do not worry, I will lead. We start dancing a waltz, but it's, well, not really in time with the music. Alex, this isn't going to work. He startles. Is it because I called him Alex? I'm sorry if I offended you, everyone calls you that, so No, it is alright. Please do not feel that you need to stand on ceremony with me. What are you doing? Not doing, you're always like... I don't understand this guy at all. Right, well, a waltz doesn't work with this song at all. Don't you know how to Charleston? Ah, if that is a popular dance, then I'm afraid that I do not. Great, then I get to teach you something for a change. Alex and I trip over each other a lot, but dance the night away with everyone else. I haven't seen him laugh this much ever. I haven't laughed this much ever. I hope beyond hope that I pass my exam so that these times can go on. I think this kitten wants to go out. But I will let her out, 1 second. Okay, that took a little while. That cat is weird. Okay, so I thought, but suddenly Alex started putting a lot of distance between us. The day after the New Year party, he was so friendly and I thought that we'd gotten closer, but now it's like he's a completely different person. One evening in the lab, I'm practicing in there with him. He used to give me a lot more feedback than this. He used to smile even if while sighing and going on about how careless I am. Did I do something wrong, or does he just have something else on his mind? I hear an explosion. Oh no, did I forget and leave one of my experiments alone for too long? I don't know how to say that. I whirl around and see Alexei crouched on the ground, his hand bleeding. Looks like he was trying to pick up broken glass. He stands up, muttering to himself as he stares at his hand and frowns. I walk up to him. We'd better clean that up and bandage it. First aid's just one of the many things I've learned more about recently. I reach out to take his hand and look at the wound more closely, but Alexei suddenly steps back, slapping my hand away with his uninjured hand. Alex? He looks like he's in real pain, but... Did I do something wrong? My voice comes out in a whisper. No, Alexei bites his lip and turns away from me, striding out of the room. He stops at the door just long enough to say I am sorry before leaving. Several hours later, we're all relaxing at the speakeasy after another busy night. Food and drinks are on me tonight. I called in some special catering. What's the occasion? No occasion, I just wanted to celebrate business getting better. Alright, yes, we're skipping now. Wait, why are we... Oh, I glance over at Alexei for support too, but he's not even fucking looking at me. What a jerk. As expected though, he's not even looking at me. I wish that I could say I'm having a lot of fun, but Alexei basically ignores me the whole night. At least it looks like he bandaged up his hand or let someone else do it. I wish I knew why his mood changed all of a sudden. Need to sneeze real fucking bad. Pull that freaking cat for a man. I was like, I had her head and like I was just scratching at both of her ears at the same time. She really fucking loves that for some reason. But like it got all of her fur everywhere. But yeah, I don't know anyone who doesn't sneeze when they get cat fur on them. I'm not allergic. Something's changed, lots of things actually. I wake up and pull myself out of bed. I glance over at the stack of books on the nearby desk. Whatever Alex has been bothered about has continued. Many times he's almost told me something, but in the end I still don't know what this is all about. I try not to think about it while I work at the candy store upstairs. He is my mentor, but we've never exactly been friends. It's not my job to butt into his life. Still, it bothers me. In just 2 weeks, it'll be time for me to take my exam, but I don't feel like I can really ask him anything right now. Valky! Marie, what's wrong? You have to get downstairs right away. Why? What is it? Alex is packing his things. He says he's leaving the Blind Griffin. The store. I'll take care of it. You go down and talk to him. He's in the lab. She doesn't have to say another word. I immediately rush down the stairs to go find him. Just as Marie said, he's in the lab putting all of his belongings into a big suitcase. Wait, hang on, Alexei. You can't go. Alex, just talk to us already. He shrugs Vivi and Giovanni off. Emilio, who probably understands that this is a losing battle, is just observing from a distance away. Alex! Valky, I thought you were working upstairs. I was. Were you trying to leave while I wasn't here? Marie told me what you were doing. I must go. I still haven't taken my exam yet. I know, I did not want to leave here before your exam, but the circumstances are dire. Don't you think you at least owe to me an explanation why you have to leave in such a hurry? He balls his hands into fists and takes a deep breath. I am returning to Mother Russia. What? Russia? You can't go back to Russia. You're from a noble family. The revolutionaries will eat you alive. Why are you going back there? My parents have been negotiating with the magicians there for some time. After the revolution, many magicians fled the country. Thanks to that, higher-ranked positions in research and government have opened up. I'm being promised a very covetous position. My family wishes me to take that post. It is a great honor. I know that means like coveted position, right? I don't know. Or does it mean that? Ooh, whatever. Surely there's no need for you to do that. You have an important position here. Valky chose you as her mentor. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Of course it does. I have taken my job as her mentor very seriously. Then why? This is the opportunity of a lifetime for someone like me, a failure who lacks talent. He laughs bitterly. Giovanni, someone like you who has success everywhere he goes could not possibly understand how I feel. My family waited a long time for a child with magic ability to be born, but I was not the wonderkin they desired. I have been nothing but a disappointment. I owe my family this much. I need to ease their embarrassment as best I can. I won't pretend to understand how you feel. I can't, but you don't understand my situation either. More importantly, if you go back to Russia now, it'll be suicide. There are lots of posts open exactly because it's dangerous. You'll be zotzed in a snap, killed. I don't think we should bring this back to modern language, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. That's right, someone like you will just have a target on his back. They won't just let you alone. You know that, don't you? You big dummy. Well, how dare you speak to me in that? Dry up. I've had enough from you, Alex. You should value yourself more. A failure who lacks talent. A disappointment. You're being ridiculous. Nobody here thinks of you that way. But my family. Stop. Maybe you're not a genius like Giovanni. So what? I know you work harder than anyone else. Who cares about being a genius? You've gotten this far after experiencing more than 1,000 mistakes, haven't you? Don't discount your hard work and achievements. I cannot disappoint my parents, my family. This is important to them. What about what's important to you? What do you want? Forget about your family. Forget even about all of us for a moment. What do you want to do with your life? I've never said things like this to anybody before. Maybe I'm overstepping my bounds, but if I don't say this to him now, maybe I'll never get the chance. In the end, though, Alex just finishes stuffing his books into his bag and closes it with a snap. Farewell, all of you. And Valky, thank you. I'm sorry that I have to leave you like this. Please work hard to pass your exam. Alex, farewell. And then he just walks out the door. It's the morning of my exam. Since Alex has been gone, Giovanni offered to mentor me and help me until after I take my exam, but I just couldn't take him up on it. He's not the mentor I chose. Even if Alex doesn't value that arrangement, I do. Did. I don't know. I don't have long now, but I just feel like I have to practice. I have to be doing something, or else I'll start worrying about how Alex is doing in Russia. We've had no word from him. I think I don't know how long this is gonna take me. I'll just keep going. But nothing is going the way I want. After dropping and breaking my third beaker, I have to admit that maybe I'm just not in the right state of mind to practice magic. What if I fail my exam just like this? Not exactly the revenge against Alexei that I wanted. Have I not always told you to be careful? What do you think you're doing? I look up, alarmed at hearing that familiar voice. Alex? I check my happy, surprised expression and frown instead. Back from Russia so soon? What, was it too cold? He doesn't take my bait, though, and sits down near me. No, I never went to Russia. What? But where have you been, then? I have spent the last few weeks speaking seriously with my family. It took some time to gather everyone, but once they were all here, I spoke to them all. That must not have been easy. It was not. He laughs, but it sounds a little sad. You know, before I came here to the Blind Griffin and met everyone, I only ever viewed magic as an obligation. It was something I did because I had to. It was my birthright, something only I could do. I felt that I owed a sort of debt to my family who waited so long for a child with magic power to be born and showered me with affection and care as I grew up. A magician's really so rare. Indeed, a long time ago we were as common as regular people, but centuries of war, oppression, and fear-mongering drove us to the small numbers we have now. My family was once a strong family of magicians in Russia who had influence over the monarchy, but I am the first child in 200 years born with magic ability to this family. They wanted so much to be restored to glory, but I am the only chance they were given, and I am a long shot. Alex. Still, that is not important. I understand that now. I am my own person, not just a pawn of my family's making. I cannot be chained to this identity as the last magician of the old noble world forever. You told them this? He nods. And did they take it well? Not at all. They kept me under house arrest and forcibly tried to change my mind. But in the end, I am the one with the magic ability. They could not trap me forever, and they knew it. I do not think they will ever truly understand. But at least now they see how serious I am about staying here. They will not try to hold me back again. What is it again? Wasn't that hard, okay. Wasn't that hard? I'm glad for you, but wasn't that hard? I hope you don't have to completely burn bridges with them. He shakes his head. Surely not. It was difficult, but they will come around. I should have done this many years earlier. I have you to thank for this, Valky. Me? Why? You gave me the strength to stand up for myself. By questioning my intentions, you gave me the courage to question theirs. I didn't do anything. You're the one who took action. That may be true, but I could not have done it without you. Alex. Now, there's not much time, so what say I give you one last lesson before your exam? I thought you'd never ask, you dummy. Fucking dummy. I practiced magic for a while, and Alexei teaches me a few more pointers. The time flies by, and before I know it, it's time to go. Before you go, I have something for you. He hands me a sealed letter. Written on the front is, if you remember Alexei, then read this. I want you to read this only if you pass your exam. What if I fail, but I'm curious enough to read it afterwards? I'm afraid the letter will mean little to you if you forget who I am. I can't read it now. Please do not. He looks so serious about this that I decide to comply and tuck the letter into my pocket. Now, are you ready? I think so. Then off you go. I wish you the best of luck. And so I leave for my exam. I end up passing my exam with flying colours. Hell yeah! I become an official member of the Coven, and time just flies by. A few weeks later, I'm cleaning up the research room when I suddenly remember the letter that Alex gave me. It's been forever! You haven't read it yet? What the fuck? But I remember I put it here. Fish it out of the drawer and peer at it. If you remember Alexei, then read this. I can't believe he was even worried that I'd fail. He's the one who mentored me, wasn't he? With some fear but more excitement, I break the seal open and the envelope to read the letter inside. To Valky, please forgive me for being cowardly and giving you a letter instead of saying these things aloud. I simply wanted to tell you how proud I am that you have come so far. You are undoubtedly a genius. At first I felt some bitterness when I saw just how quickly you picked up magic, not to mention reading and writing. However, you are the rare sort of genius who combines natural ability with hard work. I have been very honored to be your mentor. Oh my gosh, this entire letter is just glowing with praise. I read the entire thing once, then twice. And then I jump into bed and cover my head with a pillow, wanting to escape the world for a little while. In the evening, before the blind griffin opens, I seek Alexei out. Here, this is for you. A letter. Yes, read it late. Before I can even finish my sentence, he breaks open the envelope and reads my return letter right away. Wait! Ha! Please don't laugh at me. Gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Embarrassed? You do not know the meaning of the word. Besides, I'm not laughing at you. I'm merely amused at my own foolishness. What? I was sure that you'd forgotten all about my letter, and I was feeling some sadness over being that insignificant to you. This sets me very much at ease. Truthfully, I did forget. The last few weeks have been so busy and all, you know. But after I finally read it, I felt I had to reply right away. Thank you. Your admiration is returned, to say the least, however. I cannot hold back any longer. He suddenly bursts out laughing. You've got to write on your handwriting next. What? You... Emilio, who was passing by, stops and glances at the letter in Alex's hand. He puts on a look of absolute horror. What the... Bearcat, did you write that? It looks like chicken scratch, or like a 5-year-old wrote it. Or maybe a 5-year-old chicken. No, Valky, did you write Alexei a letter? Is it a love letter? Spill, spill. I want to hear all the juicy details. Don't look. I'm about to chase down Emilio and Vivi, who are running away while laughing, but Alexei stops me and whispers into my ear. I don't know what that means, you bitch. I don't know what that means, you bitch. I want to try and figure it out for myself. 1 second. Why did it default to Korean? Russian. Swap them about. I can't puzzle it out. Wait, maybe I can? Yes, he said I love you. I did puzzle it out. He said I love you. How do you say that? How do you say that?
Я тебя люблю.
What?
Я тебя люблю.
Я
тебя люблю.
I don't know. Тебе люблю. Excuse me? What? But Alexei just keeps smiling. This time it's your turn to be frustrated. Spend some time figuring that out, will you? He said I love you, goody goody. Gosh, she's always so roundabout. It's been a few years since I figured out what
Я тебя люблю.
that means. And how to say it back to him. Alex and I started doing research together in a little lab we built at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Excuse me? It's just off the coast of the San Francisco Bay, so we're real close to all of our friends still. I still work with light magic and I have my own research projects, but I help Alex with his endeavors as well. Lately, we've both been working on a new magical method of underwater travel. We've also been working with the government behind the scenes to improve their submarines, but that's more my project than his. Every day is busy but fun. Aww. Profiles are so hard. Look at that. Are you leaving now? I lean in to kiss him on the cheek while he puts on his coat. Traveling in the water can be quite cold. Yes, but don't worry, I will return by evening. Please remember that we're supposed to eat dinner with Marie and the others at the Blind Griffin later tonight. I would not miss it for all the world. And don't pick any fights with Gio this time. I do not pick fights, darling, I merely finish them. Alex. I'm only joking, I hope you know. I'm sure that we'll get along just fine. Alex. What is it? Oh.
Я тебя люблю.
Honestly, the person, like the robot saying it, not good for pronunciation. I'm just gonna say that right now. No matter how many times you say it, I fear I shall never get used to it. That's alright, I'll just have to repeat it until you do. You've gotten to be rather smooth, Valky. What sort of books have you been reading? Never you mind, Alex. Off you go. Good day, my dear. Whether it's under the sea or on land, I'm sure that these peaceful days will continue to fill my heart. Enrapture ending. That was the good ending. I have a feeling. So there are CGs. I don't know if I want to get them. I can't be bothered, maybe. I don't know if I can be bothered. Why can't I press on this characters list? That's weird. Alright, anyway, that was Alexi's route. And we will be going to Giovanni next. So I will see you then. Bye.